here's the thing about that whole like don't ever go to sleep angry. Fuck that. Go to sleep on it. You ever heard like making a big decision you have to sleep on it?
Yes.
I feel like that's how fighting is. You know,
I agree
like,
with that. You got to give people their space sometimes. Like when I'm mad at you, I don't want to talk to you.
I need to check out. I need to walk away.
Out.
Give myself time to like
process.
And you, what do you do when you do that? Do you sit there and rehash all the things they did bad?
No, you rehash like I could have done that better.
Yeah, usually
you come up with like what you did wrong, and then you come up with the apology. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said this. Yeah, exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Stand up, girl.
Did not break the microphone.
Hey, what's up? I'm MJ.
And I'm Bree.
And we're just a couple of Vegas girls.
Living the not so Vegas life.
Yeah, but we're not regular Vegas girls.
We're cool Vegas girls. Kinda.
And this is the Keeping It Casual podcast,
where we talk about everything and nothing all at once. Let's do it.
I like when you sang it out.
Oh, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I love that stupid movie.
Hello.
Guess what, guys? We're 3 micheladas deep.
We are
well, actually,
deep.
we're 2, and
two?
we're working on 3.
And we'll enjoy one with you.
Yes.
Oh, man. So
micheladas have become like kind of our thing.
I feel like since the last year they became my thing.
But you got me on board with them.
Man, but I still can't make them the same every time. They are different every single time. I've not perfected.
What was his name? Bill?
Bruce from the last episode.
Bruce at Parkway Tavern.
Yes.
He made some bomb-ass ones.
He did. I'm learning that the lighter they are, like don't go too heavy on the clamato or tomato juice, whatever is your poison. You have to go very light on it.
Yeah.
And get some tahini.
Yeah.
Lime.
Really rim it though. I like really rimmed with a lot of spice. That's
I need
how
a rim shot, babe. My Erykah Badu. Rim job.
Oh,
rim
girl,
shot's what it's called.
How do you feel about rim jobs?
I do them all. All of them.
You give and receive.
I give them all. I'm down for it all.
Me too, dude. I like do a little rim job and then scroll up the taint, lick up the taint, suck on the balls a little bit, go back to giving head.
It's got to be a moment though. You got to know, like my man's been working for a couple days late. He didn't shower tonight. That's not the night to.
No.
It's not the night to spoil him.
No.
But on a good day, there's been a shower recently,
or you're in the shower together.
Yes,
I'm not into. Yeah. Okay, we talked last episode. I'm not into shower sex.
Yeah, but it's good and clean, and you can get a little wild.
I'm about to go
risque.
on a sex vacation, so I'm like.
Well, I know we're both going on vacation. 2 extremely different vacations. No sex on mine. Not even a chance of possibility or nothing. But please tell us about yours.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm going to New Orleans with my Australian fling. It's about to get popping.
So you guys got history. When is the? Did you only see him that one time in Australia?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we've been talking for like we've kept in touch with each other over the past 2 years.
Yeah. God, I remember those fun. Like when I was single, I did have some area code boyfriends.
Some area code hoes.
Yeah, like they'd either come in town or maybe I'd go there. God, I love this life. I love I love voyeuring through it now, but I do remember those little sexcapades.
Ooh,
it's going to be New Orleans, and that was your first time last year.
Yeah,
going to
last
New Orleans.
year. Yeah, well, that was the thing is like he was like, "Oh, I'm coming into town, into Vegas for this thing. Like, let's hang out." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's hang out." And then I was like, "I'll take some vacation because you're gonna be in town." And he was like, "Well, let's go on an adventure." And just randomly, I was telling him like how much I like New Orleans. I was trying to get him down to Mexico because he's never been to Mexico.
Oh God!
And you could do trips to Cabo for pretty cheap right now.
All inclusive. I mean, if you haven't done it, there's a lot of scary things in the news happening in Mexico.
Yeah, but
I guess happening in real life. But
yeah,
you're fine on the resort.
Yeah,
people are making it back.
I was thinking Mexico or something. And then I was telling him how much fun I had in New Orleans. He was like, "Well, let's go there. If you love the city so much and you already know where to show me, like, where to go, let's do that. I've never been." And I was like, okay.
Going back to a city you've done once and now you know all the things and you know some places you still want to go. You know not to wear certain shoes because it's cobblestone streets.
Exactly.
That's a lesson learned.
Yeah. Well, I didn't wear heels the entire time. I saw the cobblestone streets and I was like, I'm going to wear my flat boots.
Yeah.
Because I went in October when it was boot season. I'm going in August now when it's fucking hot. So
she's like, what do we do about this? Don't flip-flop because I'm way too classy for that shit.
I do not flip-flop. I was like, can I rock high top Vans with a dress.
Yeah,
I
you
think
can.
I can.
Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, flowy skirt with some cute
Wedgies.
wedges.
Yes.
Yes, wedgies are always good.
I'm excited. Oh,
I'm
let's go
excited.
get poppin'.
So I'm going with a couple of my girlfriends and their kids, and we're doing like a mommy daughter or mommy son. One of them has a son, but we're doing like little mommy kid vacations.
Yeah.
Like no Chris, no Logan. The boys can stay here, but me and Viv are flying to California for 3 days. We
And
get
she's-
a beach house to stay in
I
for
know,
free.
she's all excited. She's like, I'm going to the beach. And I was like, I'm jealous. And MJ looked at me like, bitch, when we're at the beach, you're going to be in New Orleans.
You're also flying off to a destined vacation. Just
and I was like, oh yeah, huh?
just getting away from like the laundry and the dishes and all the guilty things you feel when you're like sitting here relaxing and there's shit to do.
Just make sure
like anything.
you get a picture for me of Vivian in her mermaid bikini at the beach.
Yeah.
But who knows if she'll be okay wearing that at the beach, because she's
She likes a lot of outfits.
she does.
She will commit to this. She has like the mermaid skirt that goes with her bathing suit. You know it's kind of uncomfortable to swim in and to walk around in. But she commits.
She commits. She does commit. She's like the girl on the strip who, you know, her feet are uncomfortable, but she still wears the heels.
She will not be the girl taking off her heels walking to the casino. Never.
That's why she my girl right there.
She's going to be looking at those girls like, bitch, get it together.
The same way I do.
Get me too. Yeah, I
I'm
will
like,
not.
ugh, you're such an amateur.
Your feet are black and it's just not good.
Your feet are black and gross.
My old roommate moved down here, and I remember she got us kicked out of the club because she took off her shoes. We've spoke of her before. She's wild and so fun.
Yes, she is. I've met her a few times.
When she took her shoes off at the club, I was like, girl, put your shoes on. You're going to get kicked out of here. And sure enough, like her black feet were like up in the air. And it was like 8 tequilas and vodkas deep. That's how life goes. Yeah. Shoes don't make it that far in Vegas, so that's just how it is.
You know what's funny is my friend Bo, we've talked about him a few times. He was telling me about the last time he was out, we went to the baseball game and stuff. I saw the saddest thing. He's like, it's some girl, like she was totally walk of shaming, carrying her shoes like, from the fucking like Excalibur, and she had to walk all the way to the Bellagio. I was like, why didn't that bitch get an Uber?
Oh, and if you're going from the Excalibur back to the Bellagio, he was not on your status, girl. He was not. You're staying at the Bellagio. He's at the Excalibur. It's like, but that's kind of the dream. The guys you're meeting staying at the Bellagio, they're not. They're probably like old sugar daddies.
Oh God, the hottest one night stand I ever had was with an Australian. I've spoke of him before. Oh,
Rain.
the one who looks like fucking James Franco.
Oh yeah, you showed me pictures.
He's a hottie.
You showed Chris the picture, and he's like, "He doesn't look like James Franco." Chris is not going to co-sign to anything that we think is
We think is true.
anything we think is better than him. No, he's
He's like, no, it's not.
Not cool.
But I bet you if he would have seen him in person, he'd been like, that guy kind of looks like James Franco.
I know.
If we would have never said anything to him. Oh, that guy, he had like the perfect penis. Oh yeah, the dick that got away.
There are some.
No, I shouldn't talk like that. He's in a very like beautiful, committed relationship. We're still friends. I shouldn't talk about him like that.
Well, we're not dropping his name, but
That's
we know.
true. But anyway, he had a suite at the Venetian that night. So we had this like dreamy night, and we're like walking on the strip, and it just started like pouring rain on us, and we started making out, and then he had this big suite at the Venetian. And
You know what? Here's the thing, ladies. We've talked about this story a few times because it did stick with her, but ideally, those magical moments are one and done.
one and done. And that's why it was so perfect.
You're not gonna find those
dropped him-
ideal, wild, crazy,
dropped
cool
him off
things
at the
in long
airport.
term.
Like I knew what it was. Like we dropped off at the airport, we kissed, we said goodbye, we remained friends.
I think the more real and ideal situations are just that's not going to be your long term. You know what I mean?
No.
It's like this is the most messy and strange way we got together, or just nothing worked out right, or things were wrong. That's what's going to make the lasting thing.
Exactly. It's not going to be like, oh my God, we had this amazing sex and you had the perfect penis. And it's like you have the romance novel one night stands. The romance novel one night stands.
Yeah.
Like you guys don't like in the end of the romance novel. It's like, and then we met up again and everything was perfect and we ended up happily ever after. That's not how it fucking works.
You know what? That's what I think. I think it took me a long time to grow out of my idealistic visions of things to settle down and get married, because I was such an idealist, and like I wasn't able to deal with conflict in relationships.
Yeah.
Like once something was wrong, I was like, I'm done. I'm out of this. And I was stayed single for a long time because I was just like, this is bullshit and I'm over this.
That's
What did you say to me? you're fucking gone.
That's what my
Bye.
ex-boyfriend kind of said to me. He was like, we're fighting. That means we're breaking up. And I was like, no, we're adults and we fight and we work through it. And he was like, I can't handle the fighting.
No, and you know
We're fighting because you're cheating on me.
and it takes a lot to look at somebody and be like, do I want to be fighting with you?
For
do
the rest of my life.
Yeah, I mean, I was reading this thing about like relationships, and it was it had something interesting, and it said, here's the thing about that whole like don't ever go to sleep angry. Fuck that. Go to sleep on it. You ever heard like making a big decision you have to sleep on it?
Yes.
I feel like that's how fighting is. You know,
I agree with
like,
that.
You can't just
You gotta give people their space sometimes. Like when I'm mad at you, I don't want to talk to you.
I need to check out. I need to
need to
walk
check
away.
out.
Give myself time to like
Process.
And you, what do you do when you do that? Do you sit there and rehash all the things they did bad?
No, you
usually
think you rehash like I could have done that better.
Yeah,
you
usually
come up
you're-
with like what you did wrong, and then you come up with the apology. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said this, A,
Yeah.
B, and C.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, because sometimes you're just like, I mean, it's okay to go to bed angry and think about things. You got to sleep on it. You have a big decision, sleep on it. Sometimes you just get so in your shit, and you're like, no, we have to figure this out now, or we have to fight about it all now, or just, I mean, why don't you just keep going at each other, and by the morning you're divorced? You know, like,
Exactly.
take a breather.
I don't have
with anything.
the time to sit there and just continue fighting with somebody over the
No.
same fucking thing.
Whoever made up that rule is just, it's bad.
I feel
it's bad news.
I go to bed angry a lot.
Yeah.
And then once you wake up a little bit more refreshed, like when you go to bed angry, yeah, you don't get the best sleep and you don't get this, but you wake up with a different mindset.
a new perspective.
A new perspective.
fresher one.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I went to bed angry. I'm going to go take a shower, brush my teeth. Let me take a few minutes. And then, oh my God, I was an asshole. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, I was an asshole too.
Well, it's the same thing like if you're working on something. You ever been working on something and you're just so deep into it, and all of a sudden you're so confused and frustrated, and you're like, and you're like, I haven't even taken my lunch today.
Yeah.
Take your fucking lunches every day because you're allotted them. Walk away from a situation you're too deep in, and come back. And sometimes you got to walk away from things.
Oh, yeah, you totally do.
Okay.
Walk away.
So last time we talked. Oh, so much fun.
We were going to go to the movies, and guess what, guys? We did.
We did see it, and it was fun. It was fun.
It was fun. We bought like a big ass popcorn for us to share, and we barely broke it. We barely ate any of it. And I felt like we kept eating it, but it was like, once I looked at it, I was like, we ate like nothing.
We didn't even eat a quarter of that large popcorn.
No, we ate like the top part of it off.
If we didn't have the popcorn, I would have wanted it. You know what I used to do?
Yeah.
Is I'd love to like get the popcorn and put jalapenos all over it.
I know. I was telling you to do that, and you were like, no.
No.
And I was like, damn
It
it.
destroys my stomach later. It's like
I
one of those things you
understand.
hate life later. but
Yeah.
it's so good.
Because like when I get nachos at the movie theater, I always put jalapenos on.
You've got to. You've
Yeah.
got to. But I feel like a movie date with too many jalapenos is going to lead to like a really sour next day, evening, or just a really bad jalapeno breath. Which is
Well, I mean, I
also-
wasn't kissing you, so it didn't really bother me.
I went with my sister though. She's like, "Your jalapeno breath is killing me." Because I'm like, "Oh my God, this and this." And she keeps it real.
Yeah,
So
I
even though
gotta
we weren't
say,
making out. I was a nightmare to her.
I've got to say with you, you are funny because when you get scared, you laugh. That was the best. Like, I could tell you were just kind of like digging the movie. And the one scene that you were like, you started laughing, and I was like, oh, does she think it's funny? And then you told me like after we saw the movie, you were like, dude, that story used to scare the fuck out of me. And I was like, that's why you were laughing. Okay.
Bree's Miss Scary Movie Queen. So I looked over at her like, I'm so jumpy and I can't handle like things. And sometimes I'm like, the anticipation. We were in these reclined seats, and I like just like stiffened up like a board when some shit scared me. I was like flung out of my seat, and Bree's just like not even bothered. Like this.
There was one
child's
jump scare
play.
that got me. I'm not going to tell which one, but yeah. There was one jump scare that got me, but other than that, I was just kind of like, oh, it's cool. And then she just starts laughing. And I was like, why is this so funny to you?
I am not good in scary movies or jumping movies. I'm so tense, and I'm just like in a ball, and I'm just like, I kept looking at Bree, and she's just like yawning, like, not even phased. You don't want to be with me in a scary movie. I'll end up like on your shoulders with my claws and your arms just like holding on. I'll be like It's bad.
Chris and I will go on
Koala
scary
bear.
movie nights together.
He loves that
I
shit.
know he does. I do too.
Every time he puts on a scary movie, we end up like having sex because I get bored with it, or I'm just too anxious and like yeah.
You know what's funny? On Halloween,
He'd like to watch the movie, I'm sure.
yeah, on Halloween last year, I was obviously with my ex. I went over to his house and he was like, "Are we watching a scary movie?" And I was like, "'Cause he fucking hates scary
Speak
movies."
my love language.
And I was like, "Yes." And he was like, "I figured you wanted to watch one." He was like, "I was gonna let you like pick this." So I picked something that was kind of campy and like cheesy, that because he doesn't like jump scares, that didn't have any jump scares in it and whatever. And then like halfway through it, I don't know if he was bored or if he was just ready to fuck, but he was just trying to like, and I was like, "Watch the movie."
Yeah, don't mess with me during a drama. Like I'm I'm into it. You
Yeah.
know, like if you put on one of those good movies, I'm like, no.
She's like, "Titanic, watch the movie." The handprint's coming.
A good like psychological thriller, like those can be hot.
Ooh, Sharon Stone.
There's a new one. Oh,
Anything
yes.
with her?
Anything with Sharon Stone. Come on, Sliver. That's some old.
I was
90s
thinking,
guy.
is it Basic Instinct?
Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
It's funny because after we watched the movie Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, I went home and it was already late, and you told me House Bunny was on Netflix.
Yes, I did.
So I had to rewatch House Bunny. And Vivian woke up in the middle of the night. Sometimes she does, and she creeped around my door and she's looking. I was like, "Come lay down. We'll have midnight movies." So,
Yeah.
you know, she can't sleep, I can't sleep. We'll
Yeah,
watch
whatever.
movies. So we watch House Bunny together.
The eyes are the nipples of the face. I fucking love that movie. I went home and watched House Bunny too. I'm not even gonna lie. I
That's
was
so
like,
funny.
because we were in the theater, and I was like, "Guess what?" It was in the middle of the previews, and I said, "House Bunny's on Netflix right now," and she was like, "Oh,
I'm watching it afterwards. I'm already done.
it's already
with it.
sold out."
I love it that the girl was like, "You are so vapid." And she goes, "Oh my God, thank you. You're like the 100th person to tell me that."
She's like, "Shelby, that's not necessarily a good thing."
But no, the next day we were on Netflix and Vivian was like, I was like, "Do you want to watch The Princess and the Frog? 'Cause that's on there too. Your New Orleans princess movie."
Yes.
But she goes, "No, I want to watch The Fancy Girls." I was like, "The Fancy Girls? The one we watched for midnight movies?" I was like, "Okay, all right, we can watch House Bunny again."
Yeah, I unfortunately, when I
Probably
go
a
to
bad influence on her.
when
with
I
that
go
one.
to New Orleans, she goes, "Can you take a picture of Tiana for me?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "I gotta find a frog now to take a picture of."
I bet there's a Tiana like hanging out. Is it like Vegas where people dress up in costumes and hang out?
Not that I noticed. No, no.
You'd think that'd be a good racket for them.
On Bourbon Street.
Hey, any city you're living on, if there's a poppin' street, dress up in a costume and go make some money, okay? It's happening all over.
New York and Times Square. I think that's kind of where it originated, was Times Square in New York.
Or maybe like Los Angeles or the Chinese Theater.
Oh,
LA.
yeah.
Downtown. Like people get into it. I swear when I moved here, it wasn't like that on the Vegas Strip.
It wasn't.
It was down Fremont.
Even on Fremont for a long time, it wasn't there. And then all of a sudden, it was just there. I saw Mickey Mouse get into a fight with another, like Mario or something one day on the strip. And I was like,
It's so dirty.
I was driving and I was like, damn it, I can't stop and watch it.
It's so dirty and I can't deal with it. It's so bad. Like they're dirty ass costumes and they're so stank.
It's so gross. Like, I'm not going to pay money to take a fucking picture with a
No, anybody.
second rate Mickey Mouse.
No, it's not cool. Don't do it.
Okay.
Ugh.
There was something when we were in the movie and I was like, oh my God, we should talk about this. And I don't remember what it was. It was like,
Awesome.
it was like things that our parents did to us that embarrassed us. Because yours was like the goofy hat because you never got Minnie Mouse ears.
Oh, God.
And it was inspired by a preview. Remember, I turned to you and I was like, hey, wouldn't this be funny? God damn it. Why didn't we write it down immediately?
Shit. All I do remember is watching some preview with two Will Smiths. One they had like, well, we saw the, as we were, you know, when you walk down the hallway, they've got all those movie posters. And I was like, what is this Will Smith movie? It's like an old Will Smith and a young Will Smith. And they're like having a face off.
Yep.
And then we got in the theater and we're both like watching previews for it finally. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't want to fucking watch this. And I look
No.
at Bree and she's like, I don't want to see this in theaters. I don't want to see it either. It's so bad. Were there any previews coming that you want to see it?
I want to see it. It part 2. Monique and I are gonna go. I texted her as soon
Sup,
as.
Monique? Sup, girl? Did your man start that podcast yet or what?
Hi, Jeremiah.
I just was like, I don't know. I didn't see any previews I wanted to see.
I saw it. Well, it was
Nothing.
funny because when I saw the It preview, I texted her immediately, and I was like, "Look, I know you and your man
It
are
looks
probably
scary.
gonna go see it together, but this is our movie."
And I'm coming.
Yeah, I did. I was like, I'm inviting myself on your date.
No, so he can come.
And she was like, okay, I'll buy all our tickets because I'm going to buy the tickets soon. And I was like,
Okay, lock me in there.
Yep.
No, we're gonna go see Frozen.
We are
part 2 or something.
Yeah, we walked by. I saw Frozen Part 2. I said, so I'm inviting myself on your family outing right here. Vivian and I are going.
No, what you said is like, oh, I'm taking Vivian. I was like, well, I'm coming too.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
It's like, I have to see, because then I'm gonna be locked into seeing it a billion times after that, probably. But
Yeah, you
anyhow,
Mommy, are we gonna watch Frozen? Frozen is what brought Vivian and I together.
yeah.
So we have to go see it together.
I mean, you had to wear her down by coming over here. She's like, well, she's still coming over, so I guess I need to be nice because it's going to get uncomfortable.
And then I sang "Let It Go" to her, and we were best friends.
She's like, we're cool. All right. I have.
She's
that on
like,
my
she
playlist.
understands Elsa and Anna. All right. She's gonna start like, instead of us being two broke girls, she's gonna be like, no, Bree and I are gonna be Elsa and Anna for Halloween.
Oh, I know. No, we're doing the broke girls.
Oh, we are.
God, we have some cool shit coming up. Okay.
Yes.
So after we get back on vacation, we're doing Pole Expo.
We are.
We are hosting Pole Expo. Going to be doing a live podcast there. I'm going to be presenting one of my workout classes, Sexy Lattes.
We're getting leggings made.
Yes, we're getting leggings. We're getting swag. It's going to be
Yes.
fun. We're going to bring you some really cool. We're going to give you some cool interviews. We're going to get feedback. We're going to ask our juicy relationship questions to like a bunch
Yes.
of insane performers.
And 13th, I think we decided was our next pop-up podcast.
yeah, pop-up podcast in September.
Yes, we're thinking because it's Friday the 13th, we might do it at a tattoo shop. But stay tuned.
There's a really insane tattoo artist that I met years and years and years ago because he used to work at the Palms when I did Ditch Fridays. And
When Hart and Huntington was there.
yes, so I'm going to be reaching out to him, see if we can maybe bring it down there.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep you posted
So,
on that.
and then October, we're not announcing yet, but something big is coming in October, guys.
It's going to be big, baby.
It's already sold out.
Oh, man, it is. It sure is. And we're going to be collaborating with some very cool female podcasters from Las Vegas.
Yes, we are. I'm so
You
excited.
already know some of our faves, and a new one we'll be introducing and collabing
I'm
with
so excited.
I
And I
know.
just can't hide it. The Alternative Babe Tour is coming at you in 2020. We've
It is.
actually started looking at stuff.
Yeah.
We really have.
Yeah. So we're,
How we're gonna Alternative Babe tour it up?
yeah, we're going to be touring neighboring cities. We're getting out of Las Vegas as well.
Yes, we are. Salt Lake City, here we come.
It's happening, guys. We're going to Big Bear.
Wouldn't it be funny if we were in Salt Lake City though, and we were like giving our sex advice to like mostly Mormon community?
You know what? I think there are people in Utah. We have listeners in Utah.
We do.
gotten
We have listeners everywhere.
We've gotten some shouts, but I think especially when you're in like a very conservative place,
You need us.
you need that outlet.
You need
people
us.
to relate, and you're like, I'll go, and we will sneak in the overly percentage beers and alcohols. We'll sneak in some bottles.
No, did I ever tell you about when I went to Bryan Head and I got pulled over because you're not allowed to bring in alcohol to Utah?
You can't even bring your own alcohol,
No,
like across
I got
state lines.
caught with it, and I got ticketed for it.
Oh God! Oh God! Can they ticket us on the podcast?
I don't know.
Can we get a ticket just because they heard this?
No.
Well, every time you go to Utah, I mean, it's like 3% beers, and it's
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I don't think they even sell alcohol. I don't know.
I'm not on Sundays. They're dry on Sundays.
They do that. They do that on Sunday at certain times in Florida, in Jacksonville. Where
I
was
believe
from.
it. You know what? Because my family, part of my mom's side of the family, they're from Oklahoma,
yes.
Oklahoma and Arkansas.
Yeah.
My aunt, she had a bar, but she lived in a city that was dry on certain days. It was only certain days of the week. It was like Sunday and like Friday. It was like some weird days of the week.
I know Sunday is like God's day in
Yes,
the Bible Belt.
the
so you just
Lord's
can't-
Day.
The Lord's Day, I guess.
Anyway, so or no, she lived in a dry town, so the neighboring town is where she opened her bar. It was something weird like
There's
that.
a whole town that's dry?
Yeah, the
They're
whole
allowed to do that?
Yes.
Such a fuckers.
Larry Flint grew up in a dry city, a dry
Really?
town. Yeah. He said as a young boy he fucked a chicken.
Side note, if you haven't seen The People versus Larry Flint, Courtney Love was insanely awesome in that movie.
She's such a good
So was Woody
actress.
Harrelson.
I loved her in the Jim Carrey movie too, The Man on the Moon. Courtney Love was fabulous in that.
Was she on The Man in the Moon? I haven't seen that movie in forever.
She was in the Andy Kaufman movie that Jim Carrey did. She was his girlfriend.
Oh, you know what else I loved her in? 100 Cigarettes.
200 Cigarettes.
Okay, 200 Cigarettes. That was a great movie.
She was Paul Rudd's best friend, and they ended up being together in the end.
Kate Hudson was in that movie.
Yes, she fucking was.
Okay, hold on. I got to bring it back around because we talked about Kate Hudson movies and we
could only name 2 for some reason.
But I forgot about the one with
Dane Cook.
Dane Cook, my best friend's girl.
Yes, Dane Cook and the dude from American Pie.
Jason Biggs.
Yeah.
He's not important. But Kate Hudson singing Pop That Pussy in that movie
That
was so worth the watch. She's like drunk in the car and she's like, she got like super drunk before the date. By the time she got in the car, she's like, I love this song, Pop That Pussy.
That was me the time I did Pop That Pussy at karaoke.
God, respect. I want to be there. I want to be back at karaoke. That was a fun
There's
party,
a new
man.
karaoke place that opened in town. We're going to have to go there.
Downtown.
Yes. I want to
Okay.
go.
I want to go too. I mean, hello, can I go?
Yeah, of course. Maybe we'll go in November.
I get like one night out once a month. Like that's my. It's either like
Unlike our
solo once a month and me and Chris together like once a month. Fuck that date night weekly. I don't know who has time for that, but we don't.
they don't have kids. That's who has time for that.
Maybe, yeah. There you go. Even if you don't have kids, I bet you're like, well, fuck, I don't have kids and I ain't got time for that shit either.
Yeah.
Maybe date night twice in a month. That's max.
It's one of those things that it's like, for me, like a date could be very easily be us laying on the couch and then me
Yeah.
sucking your dick.
You know what? And
Yeah.
there it is. Date night isn't necessarily date get out of the house night. It's a quality time night. Like it's just
Exactly.
you and me. Like sometimes I have to say to Chris, like, hey, we're putting Vivian down before 8:00 on Saturday and we're gonna watch a movie. And he knows what's up.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? We were talking about that.
We're gonna watch a scary movie.
We're gonna watch a scary movie, and I'm gonna get bored, and then I'm gonna suck your dick. I feel like we were talking about that last week, but we weren't talking about it on the podcast.
What was that?
How dates or quality time doesn't necessarily mean like us spending time gazing into each other's eyes.
No.
Like it could be me reading a book and my future boyfriend, who I don't have right now, playing a fucking video game.
Yes, you're just.
We were
being
talking about
together.
it because I was talking about this moment I had with somebody. We were at his apartment and I was laying in the hammock and he was playing guitar and we weren't really like communicating or anything. I was just chilling. He was doing his own thing, chilling, and I was like, oh God, this is how I envision my future.
Yeah, you were just sharing like a comfortable like space together.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I've done that to where like it's Chris and I, maybe he's playing a video game and I'm sitting next to him on my phone, but we're together and we know like we're just relaxing together.
Exactly.
Anybody, when you find that person you can relax with, even with you, girl, like
Yeah.
you are like one of my favorite because I know you can come over. The house is a bit disheveled right now. Vivian
really
was in
not
her-
that bad. It
Vivian
was
was in her underwear. Logan was super cranky. Like
He's got 5 teeth coming in. Poor baby.
I can't imagine. But you know, it's just like somebody I'm just super comfortable with. Like
Yeah.
she's not judging me.
No.
She's comfortable in my uncomfortable chaos.
It's really not that bad.
I know.
She's making it way worse than it is.
There's books and puzzles everywhere.
There's not. I gotta say though, Vivian, she comes out, she has her bathing suit tied up.
She tied her bikini top like in the middle, like you would like a shirt,
Like
you
a
just
crop top, like if you're taking a regular shirt and turning it into a crop top.
You know why? Because it's too big. Our friends give us a bunch of clothes.
Yeah,
so
I know, but she wanted to wear that one.
So she decided to like take a ponytail holder and just tie the top so it fit. I don't teach her this shit. She's just
She's so smart. But then she put on her boots and she was ready to go. And I was
Yeah.
like, this girl's about to be, she's going to be an entertainer of some sort. Like, she's going to be on the strip, like, doing a burlesque show. She's not going to show the nips.
It's either that or straight like CEO. Like the girl is straight.
No, I think
she's either all business.
I think she's going to
or all
well,
flash.
No, I think she's gonna sass her way and pay for college for herself that way, and then she's gonna be all CEO business. Like,
Yeah.
I got goals for her.
I can see it already. She's like me and Chris, and then
Me.
two of Max. Yeah, she's got some Bree.
She
She's got some
definitely-
Bree for sure.
She has some sassy diva.
She's better and more equipped than all of us, and wait till it explodes. Like
She's 4 years old, and I feel like I could come to her for like, Vivian, tell me what I do about this.
sometimes the fashion advice. I'm like, I wouldn't have put that together, but like she'll fight me on something. I'm like, all right, those pants are actually really hot with those shoes and that weird top. You're
It
making
works.
this work. Yeah.
She does. The only thing I fight with Vivian on is when my hair is done. She's like, "Can I put it in a ponytail for you?" And I'm like, "Leave it alone."
Can I comb? She runs out with like 4 combs. You know, she's going to yank the shit out of it.
I'm like, "Leave it alone."
Don't touch my hair.
I told her she was the star of the show, and she very much appreciated that. I think she knows it.
She may have told you that before. She may have started that rumor.
It's possible.
Okay. So last week we planned for a guest. They didn't come, but honestly, we had so much fun.
We did.
Had fun like having you as my guest again. We were each other's guests.
Yes, we were.
Stupid questions. I figured let's get to an advice email.
Yeah, because we've been really bad at
Yeah.
keeping up with them. We're so sorry, guys. It's just been, we're planning a lot over here at Keeping It Casual headquarters. We really, really are. So
But we got a nice arsenal. We need to dip in and get some.
Yes.
So I'm gonna read you this one because this one was from actually like a month ago. So I'm really curious as to where they are now. You know, we do some relationship stuff, but
Yeah.
this is a different situation. And it was titled "Am I in the Friend Zone?" And always.
I'm starting with the growl already. All right, read me the email.
All right, here we go. What up? It's MJ.
And Bree.
You guys, thank you so much to our sponsors, Pole Expo. It's August 22nd through the 25th at the Rio in Las Vegas.
And big shout out to our August sponsor, Pole Fitness Studio.
They're going to be hooking it up.
So big this month. Guess what they're giving us? Free month of pole fitness for whomever our winner is.
And it's cool because they offer dance and fitness for everybody from aerial, silk, hoop, boot camp, booty dance, lap dance. Look at the schedule. It's insane. It's right across from the Palms Casino. It's the greatest place you could ever check out.
So go ahead, rate, review us on iTunes, and be entered in for a chance to win a month free of pole fitness.
That's right.
Apple Podcasts. Rate and review us on Apple Podcasts.
All right. The winners announced last Wednesday every month.
We look forward to hearing from you.
Am I in the friend zone is the title. It says, I can't tell. This guy I'm into for a few months now has me so clueless about how he feels about me, my head is spinning. We hooked up on our first date drunkenly and have been hanging out pretty frequently, but more buddy-buddy. But sometimes he wants to mess around, and the next thing he's telling me about girls he's chatting with on Tinder.
Oh.
Like where he plans to meet, and then he stays the night and it's all cuddles. Like what the...
Girl.
I know I'm allowing this, but I laugh constantly around him. But when I go to make a move, sometimes he acts like he doesn't notice or laughs my advances off. Then the next week, he wants to hang at my place all weekend, and we end up hooking up. Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
You're not in the friend zone. First of all, I fucking hate the term friend zone. The friend zone does not exist. Was that the rest of the email? Sorry.
No, there's a little bit more.
Okay,
There's a
go.
little bit more. It just says, yes, I do enjoy his company and being around him, but what is this? I've told him I'm into him, and he said he's into me too, but it doesn't feel like a boyfriend. He either wants sex or a therapist for his questions about other girls. It's so frustrating. And Bree, when you said you have female blue balls, I get it. Have you ever felt this way about somebody, and what is his end game? This is, by the way, the podcast is one of my faves. I shared it with a friend at work, and we love asking some of our getting to know you questions in the break room.
Yay!
EXO, Lisa, Montana.
Okay, Lisa.
What up?
Lisa.
Sorry, it's been so long. What is he doing you now? You need to email us right away and tell us where's the situation now. But here's our advice.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, the fucking friend zone does not exist. It doesn't. It doesn't fucking exist.
No, it's just people that aren't willing to commit and feel super comfortable.
Exactly.
With you.
It's either you're friends or you're not. Anyway, I won't get into that right now. He is getting his cake and eating it too from you.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Girlfriend, he doesn't want to commit to. Here's what
He knows you enjoy his time way too much.
Here's what I had to learn the hard way. If somebody wants to be with you, they're going to be with you. If somebody doesn't want to be with you, they're not going to be with you. And if they just want to fuck you and you're allowing it to happen, and it's fine. We all just want sex sometimes. If you're just enjoying the sex, but if you like him a little bit more and you want to be his girlfriend, it's not going to happen with him.
He's trying to be like, we can fuck, but I'm also still
also
interested in these other girls.
Dating a girl at Sam who took me to Sam's Town, whatever.
Yeah, and you're also giving him advice on stuff. So he's thinking, honestly thinking you're the cool girl that's going to fuck him and also be there as his therapist.
Yep.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. Yeah, no, you didn't get friend zoned. We just
Fuck
fucking
zoned.
zoned. Fuck zoned.
The fuck zone.
The fuck zone.
I think we just came up with the episode title.
the fuck zone. Hell yeah. I'm sorry. Like, I don't
Fucks with benefits.
fucks with benefits. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to. And I mean, and if you're okay continuing on being just friends with benefits, that's cool.
I think he's funny and he's charismatic. She likes spending time with him.
Be careful. Be
but-
careful. He sounds like a sociopath to me.
He just, it sounds like somebody.
It sounds like a friends with benefits situation.
It sounds like he loves hanging out with you. You guys are hanging out for weekends and getting into it, and then he doesn't want to.
He doesn't want anything serious.
Ugh. But
I'm
of
sorry.
course, the guys always want to get his dick wet every once in a while, and he's like, sure, and you're down for it. I have the feeling that she's not checking anybody else out. This guy's wasting your time as far as like going out with girlfriends and meeting other guys because you're hanging out with this dude friend that sometimes ends up in sex.
Yeah. So fuck somebody else and see how he feels about it. Bring up other men and see how he reacts.
And if you don't have any right now, girl, you just need to fake it and see what his feelings are.
Take
right?
one of, he's probably not listening to this podcast. Take one of my fucking stories. I don't give a fuck which one you take. Take one of my stories. Say you did the coconut trick.
Say it was the Venetian and you met a one night stand in that hot
Dude, and he had the perfect penis.
Australia.
Fucking A. Take one of my stories and just tell him that and be like, okay,
just say you fucking went out and had a spontaneous one night stand
and see how he reacts. And the way he reacts will tell you everything.
Goddamn right it will.
I'm sorry, I hate playing games. I'm not into playing games, but I feel like with this one, you need to play a little game.
This reminds me of our throwback bachelor from earlier this year who was in that situation with sending mixed signals.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and like he had this girl, but this was like a long ongoing thing. They'd have like hookups, but she
that was
never.
this was years of fucking shit.
It seemed like about a year and a half, and but they kept having like this. They'd get really close, and then then he
she'd
got
be
too
like-
close, and then she'd back up, and then she'd
You know
always
what?
come back. Don't let yourself slip into a situation. I feel like this is the beginning of something like that.
Yeah,
but
you know
you're
what's
on.
funny? I told a friend not too long ago. I was like, "Look, dude," because we were talking. He was talking to me about his ex-girlfriend and this and that, and I said, he was like, "I think she still has feelings for me, but she's dating this person and she doesn't want to commit to me, and she tells me she's still in love with me." And I said, "Motherfucker, if this girl was in love with you and wanted to be with you, she'd fucking be with you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if somebody wants to be with you, and they know you want to be with them, they are gonna be with you."
Yeah, I think sometimes we get, you want to believe in people.
Yeah.
Even your friends want to believe in it. They want to root for you. They're going to give you bad advice. But I think that's why people send us shit, because they're like, you don't really know.
You don't know me, so you keep it real.
My best friend is too close to the situation to give me some real advice. But, sometimes we say stuff and I'm like, were we really rude to that
Yeah.
listener? But also I'm like, you know what? I don't.
No,
I think you want to come for an unbiased opinion.
Yeah.
Get
I don't know
distorted.
either of you.
Yeah, you get distorted when you know his life and all the little details. That maybe it's because of this. Maybe because his mommy didn't give him enough hugs, and we know how his mom is. You know?
certain things that certain red flags that should have been major red flags in my last relationship, I would talk to you about, and you'd be like, "Well, maybe it was this."
Yes, you always try to look at a bigger
And then
picture.
and then your husband would be like, "No, it's because he's a fucking player."
because he doesn't know the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care to either.
Yeah.
So when you're getting some solid advice from us, it's basically like, we only know one side of the story, but it's basically the gist of the thing. That's
Yeah.
like anybody's gonna tell. This is the real advice you're gonna get.
Yeah.
It's just like, this guy's fucking wasting your time.
Yeah.
Because I know you respect him and he's funny and he's cool and maybe you've had some hot sex, but he's not. If he didn't see you the way you see him right away, then bye.
Honestly,
Bye.
I'm gonna say play the little game. Talk about a really hot. Don't say Australian. Make him British. For some reason, American men are really jealous of British men. I have no fucking idea why.
Something they don't have and can never have.
Yes.
The accent.
But it's like British. They're more jealous of British men than any other accent out there.
I mean, Australian's kind of sexy, though.
Yeah.
Too bad we can't get like a soundbite from your Australian.
Which one? Yeah. might be able to work something out.
But
Check the Instagram stories, guys. When I'm in New Orleans, you might see me with a cute Australian man.
I love it.
Not the one we were talking about earlier, though. He is in a committed relationship, and I am not that bitch.
No, Lisa, tell your girl when you're in the break room, you guys need to bring up a little scenario like this and ask it. And I love that you're asking some of our getting to know you questions.
Yes.
In the break, you must be making work fun. Maybe you need to start your own podcast. DM us.
Yes.
Let's get this podcast going. You can talk about this fucked up relationship that you've slipped into, and
It's a situationship.
it is. There's the name of your podcast. You're welcome.
Situationships.
It's a situationship. Girl, Lisa, just be like, I met a hot British guy. We went back to the Marriott. I don't know where you're from. So whatever the nice fucking hotel is.
Wherever the nearest. She's in Montana, so it's like wherever the nearest like hiking. Maybe you hike to a hot springs. I don't know.
I don't know either.
What goes on in Montana?
I don't either.
We're gonna come there though. Find us the nearest comedy club. We'll be there. We're booking it.
I'll do some stand up for you too.
The tour's sold out. All right, so we'll be there in 2020.
Did I just say that out loud? Oh shit. You guys,
our micheladas are empty. It's time for new ones.
yes. And by the way, my Australian friend I'm going to New Orleans with, I don't think I even told you what he said. I told him that you were like pushing me to do stand up and this and this and that.
Do it in a city that you're unfamiliar with.
Well, hold on. We're gonna wrap it up in a second, but I gotta tell you this story because this is how much I appreciate this guy. I was telling him how MJ's like, you need to do stand up, at least you need to do one open mic by the end of the year. But I'm not funny, and he goes, well, not with that fucking attitude, you're not. And I was like, God damn it, don't put me in my place right now. This is not what I'm asking for. I said, her goal for me is I need to do one open mic by the end of the year. And he goes, with my help you will. And I was like,
You're doing it. It's already sold out.
it's already sold out.
You're doing it in New Orleans. You're going to find a comedy club. You're going to go there and fucking do it. We're going to Google all the places doing it now. Because it's going to be so much easier doing it in a city where nobody knows you and nobody knows who you are. And you're just like, fuck it. I've been drinking since noon because I'm on vacation.
What's up, bitches?
And you know what? You're not. I think stand-ups. It doesn't have to be like get up there and tell like, oh,
I got some pussy right now.
Anybody like pussy? Like, yeah, let's do it. You know, like it's not even like that. We're making fun of a comedian.
Yeah, we are. We're making fun of
anybody
somebody.
like boobs? They're fun. But it's not about telling jokes. It's about the way you have the art of storytelling, and it's so silly and it's so funny. Like you just tell me about those random shit that happens at work, and I'm dying laughing because you have the art of storytelling, and you
Yes,
don't
I
even
do.
realize it. So
Oh,
a lot of people think they got to get up there and tell jokes like fucking. I don't tell jokes. I don't fucking know. You know, like
hey, you like pussy? Hey.
knock jokes and shit. No, just get up there and tell a story in your charismatic way.
I
Live it up.
forgot to talk about my show that I just did.
Oh God, you did your.
We did a benefit. I hosted and sang at a benefit show, you guys.
And you raised money for
My acting coach. He was diagnosed with ALS.
yes for ALS. So you raised
And-
money for ALS.
I'll put a link in the show notes to the GoFundMe because we've gone through as if I'm a part of. I mean, I am. I've been a part of their family since I was 15 years old. I'm
Yeah.
going to be 32 this year.
Yes.
I'm their adopted daughter, basically,
yeah,
and I
this
helped put this event together and everything
Yeah.
for him. It was $20,000 that we had raised
Wow.
on the GoFundMe. Wow. And we've gone through half of that already. That's why we had to put on another benefit show. So we need to raise a little bit more money. This man has been in my life since I was 15 years old. He's been my acting coach for just as long. Breaks my heart. There are some, like, he has some very good days, and there are days that he can't even move his hands because the way this disease is. He's getting stem cell therapy, which insurance doesn't pay for. That's why we put this benefit show on. I emceed it, and then I sang at it too.
What did you sing?
I sang Paris Ooh La La by Grace Potter and the Nocturnals.
God, I love Grace Potter.
I do too. Well, you know, it's crazy because like with my voice, I know I can sing songs like that. I know I have that bluesy, soulful side to me, but I never remember to do it. And then Corinne's always like, "Hey, by the way, remember this part? Use this part of your voice." Because I'm always
Lean
like,
into it.
yeah, I'm always like, I'll do a Demi Lovato song.
She's like, you ain't no basic bitch. Reel it in and sing some shit that's deep.
Yeah, and basically that's what she does. She's like, "You're a blues girl. You got a big voice.
Yeah.
Do this.
Yeah, you have a very
Sing some Alabama shakes."
You have like a girl. If you could do "Don't Want to Fight," We're gonna work on it.
Yes.
I'll do the beatbox. Yeah, you have a very beautiful, like, deep tone. You know, you have that very deep and sultry tone. So I really love it. And not a sing-songer, so I respect anybody that can sing-song.
Sang. You've got me up in your swing. There you go.
I'm really I'm really proud of you. You've been emceeing some events. You're doing charity events. Like, you're really out there moving and shaking.
Boom, boom,
You're moving and shaking. You're going to New Orleans. You're going to do your stand-up thing. Seriously,
I'm going to have sex.
Seek out a comedy club that's doing
In Nala.
Yeah, seek out a comedy club that's. I told her I think the first time I did karaoke was, I don't know, it was my early 20s.
San Francisco or
yeah, I
something,
went
yeah.
to San Francisco. I was at a drunken bar, and I've always loved the energy of a karaoke bar, but I never had the balls to get up and sing. And I think being in a place that I didn't know anybody, and I was like, whatever. And I told you I got up there, and I was like, I'm going to sing a Celine Dion song for everybody. And they're all like, whatever. They're bored. They're drinking their beers. And I was like, now in my younger days, I used to sport a sag. And I started singing, like, passing me by the far side. They're like, what?
I'm going to do Celine Dion for you guys. Now, here's a little story I love to tell about three bad brothers you know so well. They're like,
shock them. Get up there and look like the average. I look like a girl that would probably sing Celine Dion. And then they were like,
I'll just get up there. I'll put my red bottoms on that night and be like, look like a girl that's going to be like, whatever. And then be like, guess what, guys?
Put some bows on. That's
what? Get it? Like, borrow one of Vivian's giant JoJo Siwa bows.
Yes, with the ponytail. Get up there like I'm a big dork, and then you get up there like, well, let's talk about what was it called?
Let's
Not
talk
the friend
about
zone.
my pussy.
Let's talk about the fun zone. Yeah, let's talk about the fuck zone.
You guys, I love you all.
We love you too. All right, let's get out of here. Let's make some more micheladas. Let's get you into the pool, at least your toes.
And eat some chicken.
Yeah. Oh yeah, chicken.
It's chicken time. Let's tell Chris it's time to grill.
It's time.
He got a new grill.
We did. We got a new grill, motherfuckers. The parties are on. If you slip into the DMs and make friends with us and you are local in Vegas, chances are you're going to get to come to one of my pool barbecues this season. So make friends now. Follow us on Instagram. Keep it podcast.
All right.
Well, until next time, because we're going to be live from Pole Expo.
Until next time. I'm so excited for Pole Expo. Bye.
Girl, that was fun.
Another fun conversation with you.
Yes, if you have any feedback, email us feedback@keepingitcasualpodcast.com.
My Twitter is Breemixed, BREEMIXED.
And I'm at MJ Radio Diva, any social platform.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Keeping It Casual Podcast. You get to see live videos, silly little photos of us.
All the dumb photos that we talk about. Anything photo-wise we talk about in the episode, it'll be there.
We look forward to hearing from you.
We'll be back with more gossip about nothing and
everything. Bye.